Connor McDavid signed a new 2-year contract before the start of the season with a cap hit of $12.5 million. He maintained the same contract value as before, reaffirming his commitment to winning the Stanley Cup with Edmonton. At the same time, he left the door open. 3 years from now, he'll once again have the opportunity to decide how to proceed if his mission proves unsuccessful. This is a straightforward way to interpret the length and value of his new deal. Let's take a closer look at what this means for Edmonton over the next 3 years and what their chances are of capturing the coveted trophy. Welcome to the B6 Player channel, where we uncover sports statistics and offer fresh perspectives on athletic performance. In today's video, we'll focus on the salary cap outlook for the next 4 seasons, extending through the 2028-29 campaign. Current season. Let's begin with the current season. Edmonton is operating right at the edge of the salary cap and is currently utilizing Zach Hyman's placement on long-term injured reserve. Once he returns, the Oilers are projected to be just $325,626 below the cap ceiling. That's not much and leaves the team with virtually no room to strengthen the roster. The only realistic option is trades. Most likely, the Oilers will head into this year's Stanley Cup run with the goaltending duo of Skinner-Pickard. Connor Ingram may join them, but it remains to be seen what form he'll be in. The goaltending situation is far from dominant, and the Oilers will need to outplay opponents in other areas. This year's roster has been supplemented with young players, Howard and Savoy. They'll need time to adjust to the NHL, and we'll see how significant their roles become during the season. A potentially valuable signing is Jack Roslovic, whose $1.5 million cap hit could prove to be a steal for the Oilers. Trent Frederick's contract will need to be evaluated over time, as will the signing of Andrew Mangiapane. Zach Hyman's return will also be important. The team's 2 biggest stars, McDavid and Draisaitl, need no introduction. The forward group looks at least as strong as last season. The defense remains largely unchanged. The most notable update is Evan Bouchard's new 4-year contract with a $10.5 million cap hit. The success of this deal will depend on both Edmonton's performance and Bouchard's own play. So far this season, he's appeared somewhat lackluster, fueling criticism that the contract may not be team-friendly. Darnell Nurse's contract, with a $9.5 million cap hit, continues to be a topic of discussion, especially given his role as a second-pair defenseman. To summarize, Edmonton hasn't weakened its roster, but it hasn't significantly strengthened it either, and the team has limited flexibility to make changes. Outlook for 2026-27 and 2027-28. From our perspective, the Oilers have a better window to pursue the Stanley Cup in the 2026-27 and 2027-28 seasons. Thanks to the expected increase in the salary cap, they should have approximately $17.8 million available in 2026-27 and around $36.4 million the following year. We believe the 2026-27 season will be critical for the Oilers. The team's core is aging, and 16 players from the current roster are signed for that season. 1 year later, only 11 players are currently under contract. Let's take a closer look. For the next 2 seasons, Edmonton has its core lineup signed, excluding goaltenders. Current ages in parentheses: McDavid, 28, Draisaitl, 30, Hyman, 33, Nugent-Hopkins, 32, Frederick, 27, Ekholm, 35, Nurse, 30, Bouchard, 26, Wallman, 29. In 2026-27, the team will need to address bottom 6 forward roles and the 4th, 5th defenseman positions. Brett Kulak's replacement is uncertain, depending on available resources. The goaltending situation will be the most important issue. With over $17 million in cap space, the team should be able to secure a reliable goalie and improve the overall roster. For the 2027-28 season, the core remains signed, though only 11 players from the current lineup are under contract. The team will again need to fill bottom 6 roles and possibly add a middle 6 forward, someone who can excel on the third line and move up if needed. On defense, the third pairing will need reinforcement. The goaltending situation should already be resolved, meaning Edmonton won't have the full $36.4 million available. If they allocate $8 to $10 million to goaltending, they'll still have $26 to $28 million to address the rest of the roster, which should be sufficient. Edmonton also still has a solid stock of draft picks available. For the 2026 draft, they have already traded away their first dash, fourth dash, and fifth round selections. For the 2027 and 2028 drafts, they retain all their picks except for the fourth round in 2027. In 2028, they even hold 2 third-round selections. This, combined with available cap space, creates additional opportunities to strengthen the team. So what's the takeaway? We believe the window is open, and thanks to McDavid's $12.5 million contract, the Oilers have a solid chance to build a team capable of contending for the Stanley Cup, not only because of the McDavid-Draisaitl duo, but also because they'll have the necessary cap space to strengthen the roster. In June 2028, we'll see whether the mission was successful and whether McDavid continues with the Oilers, or if he'll move on in pursuit of his Stanley Cup dream. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, and follow our channel B6 Player, where we regularly break down sports statistics and offer fresh insights into the world of sports. See you in the next video.